Which of your songs that you've written feels most personal to you?
I would say probably the song that feels the most personal that I've ever written was probably Empty Handed for sure. I was going through a pretty difficult time and I was like around a year to a year and a half sober at that point. So I wrote that down in Nashville at Songhouse. And at that time, I didn't know who I was really in the room with, but it ended up being some pretty important people, you know what I mean? Um, but that song just came out, just came out of thin air and it just kind of crafted. I was working with some pretty incredible people it's gonna sound crazy, but in a closet. And it was really a dope group of people, but it ended up being a really cool song and one that I'm super proud of. But I would say that one for sure.
What experiences outside of the music industry have influenced you most?
I think realizing that you have to show up for people, you know what I mean? You can't just expect people to show up for you. And I think learning how to build that relationship with not only like your friends and like your homies and everything, but like the random person that might click on an ad or might click on your song. It's taking that extra time and really cultivating that community in a way that is just different and something you have to learn. And it's with everybody. It's not just with people that you're tight with. So I would say that.
What would you say is your favorite part about making music?
Oh man, bro. My favorite part about making music, I would say my favorite part about making music is the opportunity to share yourself in a way that you can't do with words. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's a way for you to go to an entire festival and connect with people that you never met before, or go into a room or a skyscraper and be in this like crazy place and just expressing yourself in ways that would just sound weird, just like talking person to person. So I would say that's my favorite part about music, man.
Uh, all right, last question. If you could collab with any big artist, who would it be?
Dang, bro. If I could collab with any artist, man, I probably would want to do something with like Chris Brown or like Justin. I think that'd be crazy. But if it was like just like anybody, like I think ASAP would be pretty crazy too. So for sure.
What was it, Justin Bieber or Justin Timberlake?
I would say Justin Bieber, bro, but Justin Timberlake would be pretty tight too.
That would be
Can't lie.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, my first question. How would you describe your music style to some
My
people?
music style, man. It's a blend between 1990s and early 2000s R&B. But it's mixed with some like new flavors, just new sounds, as well as just melodic like pop patterns. So it's R&B pop.
No. What inspired you to start doing music?
I think what originally inspired me to start doing music in general, like right off rip, was that's how I connected with my dad. Um,
Mm.
I got to see my dad really when like starting for real when I was like 9 or so. So that was a way that we connected. So music kind of blended in that way for me. And then I started realizing that I could actually fully start writing music when my teacher, Mr. Shimon, he was an English teacher. I never wanted to read any books, bro. So like he actually got me into like poetry and
So you
reading.
started early.
Yeah, man. Super early. Super, super early. Yeah.
So if I were to become a musician, what tips would you give me to become a musician?
Dang, where do I start, bro? I think the first thing is to really know yourself and be okay with that changing. You know, you're you're a human being and like that is enough within this, but also knowing that like when you take that step to really believe in yourself, it's gonna feel real crazy because there might be 5 people showing up to a show or a gig, And then the next show, there might be 150 people, or then there might be 1,000 people. And you have to be okay with every single one of those situations.
5 people is still a lot of people.
5 people is a lot of people. Imagine 5 people coming up to you and being like,
We're trying to rob you or something. Like,
yeah,
that's overwhelming. So
Yeah.
I guess 5 people. Man.
Yo, for real.
5 people.
You ain't lying, bro. But I would say, yeah, like really connecting with those people, making sure that each connection is super, super intimate as it can be, you know what I mean? Without being weird. But like, you know, making sure that it counts, making sure that it's worth it, and knowing that this is what you want to do. So if music is really what you want to do, man, like just completely 150% it. Don't 30% it, don't 90% it, 150% every single time.
So it's like, so if I want to do rap, but I want to get out of doing rap, like how do you like transition and change your style up?
I think you have to give yourself that permission to, you know what I mean? Like if you're a rapper and that's all you're really known for, but say you can actually like blow a little bit, you know what I mean? Like just do it. Like nobody's stopping you. Like nobody's telling you that,
It's free will.
yeah, you can't do it. It's just and allowing people to just express what they feel about it. Because they might not see it from you. They might just see you as this hard person or this rapper. But when they hear you sing for the first time, it's going to kind of shock them a little bit. But after that, just keep doing it. Just keep showing up that way.
What was your favorite performance you ever did, like at a place or something?
Man. There's so many. Could I give you 2 answers?
Yeah.
Cool. So the first one was in this skyscraper in Chicago. The sound engineer was like a Grammy nominated like engineer in general. So I didn't realize that at the time. But that show in general was packed out. There was this room just filled with people. Like it was just sold out, filled with people. And then I would say the second one was the show that I just had recently. And that one wasn't nearly as filled, but the energy there was magnetic.
Just holds value.
It just held everything, you know, and it was a show in my hometown for the first time that I actually felt good with what I was giving. You know what I mean? I'm always in my head when it comes to that. So I'm like, did I give enough? You know, and that one, it just felt like I gave everything. So
Did you get everything you had?
Yeah, bro, 100%. So I would say that one too. Yeah.
I'm all out of questions, but it was fun.
Yeah,
It was
bro.
fun.
It's nice to meet
It's
you.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh, I thought the mic.
All right. Yo, what's up? What's your name?
Genesis.
Nice to meet you. I'm Leroy.
What does your process look like when you're making songs?
My process. Most of the time, like I'm in a living room or I could be driving for real. I would say that my writing process when I first start is just trying to give myself the comfortability to just be relaxed enough to like start just letting it spin. I write down like maybe a hook or a verse and I just start trying to pluck things out, trying to find a sample that like fits it. And then I just kind of build from there. You know what I mean?
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Oh man, like Babyface, early '90s R&B, Brian McKnight, Boys to Men, Michael, all the way to Chris Brown. You know, Brent Faiyaz, Frank Ocean, Daniel Caesar, that kind of thing.
What do you do when there's no inspiration?
What do I do? That's a good question. When there's no inspiration, I think what I try to do is dissect why there isn't. Like, what am I trying to hide at that moment? And like talk about that, you know? The whole point is being vulnerable, right? Like within any art, it's about being vulnerable. So how can I be the most vulnerable that I possibly can be with the audience member, with that person that's willing to sit there and listen to a song for 3 to 5 minutes, you know? So I would say that.
How does working with other artists impact your career?
And massively. It's all about like who you know. Like it's really, really all about like connecting with those people. And working with them sometimes isn't like recording, you know? Sometimes it's showing up to a show. Sometimes it's giving them a call and checking on them like as a friend, like as a human being. And like that's also working with them too. But working with artists and producers and engineers, it's what makes the whole experience dope, because you go on this journey and you get into these levels in these rooms, in a good way, and you have those friends that you can kind of connect with and talk to along that way. So you share that experience with them. It's pretty dope.
Do you do everything yourself, like mixing and making?
I produce a little bit myself. I would say like majority, about 90 to 90% of my songs are produced by myself. I work with a mixing and mastering engineer. Um, I've written with people before, but most of the writing actually comes from myself. Um, a lot of it is super personal, and trying to find those right people that like fit with you and gel with you and allow you to create, and you allow them to create with you is hard. But once you find those people, it's just really dope, and you start working with those people consistently. For sure.
I forgot my question.
No, it's okay.
When did you start to think of music as a career?
I don't. I think of it as like a privilege to be able to like actually create with people and like create a moment with people that are there with you. There's a business side to it, and that side excites me a little bit because I'm learning something new every single day. But I think when you structure it into a standard career, it's always gonna like fight you. It's something that is like breathing. It's like a living organism, you know what I mean? So you're always having to change. You're always having to redevelop yourself and pivot, like he was saying earlier, like what do you do when you're making a sound and you want to transition into a different sound? You know what I mean? Like you have to be open to that. And a career sometimes is like you do this and you do only this, you know what I mean? But music is so changing, like being an artist is changing all the time. So that's something that's really cool. And I don't think I look at it as a career. I think I look at it as like a moment to actually be myself. You know what I mean? So
When did you start? Well, then when did you start thinking of doing this?
ever since I was like a kid, man, I have a picture of me with a little guitar and like a little ear mic and everything. Um, this is what I've always wanted to do, and it's just been that. Like there hasn't been a plan B. Like it's this plan or nothing else.
What made you start loving music, and how has it changed? Why do you love it right now?
Man, I love it because it actually like holds memories. You know what I mean? Holds memories of me getting to know my dad, my mom, watching her play violin on the bed. Hearing like a song for the first time is the craziest feeling. Like a song you like, not a song like you hate or nothing, but a song you actually like is it there's nothing like it. Like that's what I love about it. Like there's nothing else that fills that cup that way for me. And some people it's like it's sports, or some people it's it's drawing or like making like a Pinterest board or something, But for me it's music. So I would say that.
Would you say you need like schooling, or do you think just like your passion is enough?
I think schooling, it depends on what you want to do, right? Like I always invite people to like obviously build their education no matter what. I went to school for acting, right, originally. But that's where I found my producer. That's where I found my people. So I would encourage it, right? If it's something that you love and something that you care about, for sure. I think there's multiple ways that you can connect with the people that you need to in order to get to where you want. It just depends on what roads you want to go down. If schooling isn't an option and like that's what you have, I would say the main part again is about connecting and like showing up for people, showing up for the thing, showing up for the scene that you're in. You know, it starts with that. And then you never know, you might end up getting an education through just like an internship or being with somebody on tour or being with somebody in a studio. And then that's your way in, you know. Um, I would definitely encourage education though, for sure.
Do you have a genre that you want to try out?
um, I think one day I would like to try out like full soul, like full um just like old people. So you know what I mean? So like I think that'd be fun when I get older. I think that's what I would like to do. But right now, I mean, I love doing R&B. I love doing pop. There's so many different subcategories in that yeah, man, there's gonna be a lot for me to discover and learn for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is the audio good?
Wait, talk again?
Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. My first question is, who is your favorite person you've ever like worked with?
That's a crazy first question,
Hey,
bro.
yeah.
You making me
Start
pick
off strong.
favorites. Okay.
I mean, you could be like,
can I do like
yeah, you could do like categories.
Okay.
Like favorite producer maybe, and like favorite like, you know.
All right. All right. This is gonna be a complex answer.
Mhm.
So I think I like people for different reasons,
Mhm.
right? So I would say my favorite producer that I've worked with this far, it's so hard to pick this.
You could give top 3.
Top
Like,
three.
you
Top
could
three.
give
Okay,
some-
but my top 3 would have to be Joey Barba, Benji, and Tony Cheddar right now.
Okay.
But there's an honorable mention, which is Luforia. I've worked with him since I was in college, so I have to shout him out too. But those 3 were people that challenged me in a different way that I've never been challenged before. You know what I mean? Like they're people that asked the most of me when they barely knew me. And that was a crazy experience because it's like one person gives you a plate of watermelon and invites you on like a homie, and the other person is like work, you know? So it's like, it's completely different, but it's really cool because each one are super tight and we're still tight till this day. So
You met all these people in college?
no, I met most of the top 3 that I talked about besides Lou. I met Lou in college. Lou's dope. But I met Tony, Joey, Benji, all within the last like few years, you know, after the Nashville thing and all that.
Do you play any instruments?
Yeah, bro. I play piano. I play guitar. I play the triangle a little bit. You know, I'm pretty solid on that.
So when you're like going about producing,
Yeah.
are you like incorporating like your real talent of like playing like these instruments into your beats?
Yeah, sometimes for sure. I would say that most of the time I am playing something, whether it be synth, whether it be syncing drums and like programming those. Sometimes it's like chopping up samples. Sometimes it's playing it from scratch. Like it really just depends on what that song is calling for. And like I'm open to whatever, but yeah, most of the time you'll definitely be hearing me play.
What program is it you use? Like FL or
Logic, bro. Logic,
okay.
yeah. I enjoy Logic quite a bit. Just because it is one of the most flexible and like malleable DAWs, essentially. You know what I mean?
And then do you have like a favorite place you've ever recorded?
Yeah, bro. It was at Joey's house. He built a studio in his backyard, like a complete like compound. I guess it's a compound, bro. But it has like this door in the top. It's crazy. It's just dope. It felt like a sanctuary for music. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just dope, bro. It was a dope space. It was like a home away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all my questions. Nice to meet you, man.
Thank you, bro. Nice to meet you too, man.
What programs do you use when you were first starting, and how long did it take you to learn those?
And the first program that I used when I first started was called Cool Edit Pro. And it was the worst thing that you could ever start learning anything on, bro. It was bad. It was free. I got my dad like 15 different viruses on his laptop. It was great. But that was the first program. And then I started off then going with like GarageBand. I did FL Studio for a little bit, and then I landed on Logic.
Any programs that you would recommend?
Logic.
They're easy.
Yeah, Logic. It's like the middle for industry standard right now. Again, because it's so malleable and because a lot of the files can be transferred over from Logic to like Pro Tools or like Ableton or whatever you end up using on the back end, but it's just a lot easier to transfer files that way.
What like artist influences you the most?
I would say the artist that influences me most would probably be like Michael.
Jordan?
M-
I mean,
Mi-
not Michael Jackson. I
Michael
mean,
Jordan. No, it's okay. It's Michael Jackson. Yeah, for sure. I would say him. I would say Babyface is my favorite writer of all time. He's written some of R&B's like greatest hits. And I would say I'm always gonna say Frank because Frank like built that like world for me when I was like a teenager and everything.
what song do you like by him?
By Frank.
Yeah.
Wise Man, which was a song that never got chosen for the movie Django. Like it's like a little cut there. As well as I would say probably White Ferrari. White Ferrari is probably the best song that he's ever written for sure.
Yeah. And when you first started your like music career, who supported you most? And like how did that help you build your career?
I would say my aunt. My aunt believed in me about almost anything. You know, if I wanted to do this, she'd be like, well, you gotta fully do it, you know. I would say like she was the most consistent when it came to like the delusional support, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's like my dad supported me, my mom supported me, of course. Like my dad was pushing me, he taught me how to sing and everything and all that. But when it came to like being like, I'm gonna invest this into myself, I'm gonna do this, it was like she was like, well, if you're gonna do it, you better do it, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I would say her.
And like how do you try to stay unique in like this type of industry?
No, that's a good question. I think it's having genuine people around you. I think it's having, you know, like managers, you know, and people show up for you when like they don't have to. And people that are going to be honest with you when your music is trash and when it's great, you know, because like sometimes it is trash and sometimes you get emotional about it, but you got to be willing to have those people around you that are like, that's not what I see in you. And that's what you can do better. So I would say that.
And like how do you fund being an artist?
Oof. It's an ever fighting battle, man. I think it's being willing to do the things that make you feel uncomfortable when people see you out, right? So like if you need to have a side hustle or have a side job for a short bit in order for you to actually like get to where you really want to get to, do it. Like those people are probably gonna snap you, send it to their Snap story or send it to their chat and be like fool on you for like 30 minutes and then they'll forget, you know. But you'll have that money in order to invest in yourself and like further that career, whether it be I need new clothes, whether it be I need enough money in order to pay a band, whether it be whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? Invest in yourself and invest in that time because you won't have to do that forever because that's not your calling in the first place. But, you know, like take those steps, do the things that nobody else would do in order to get there and you'll get there. Not in a negative way, you know what I mean? But like in a positive way, you know.
And when you make your music, do you come up with a beat first or like the lyrics?
It's always different. Sometimes most of the time it is like a line, you know, for me. But sometimes it is a beat. Sometimes you have nothing to say, but you want to just craft something that sounds like how you're feeling. So you do that first, but it's different every single time.
And like your favorite artists, like what do you like about those artists? Like what really like brings them out for you?
I think what most people like about their artists that they like is that they're genuine. Like it doesn't feel like they're putting on something, you know? Like it feels like they're actually that. You know, I think people have gotten tired of like getting the happy-go-lucky person on camera and then you go up to them and they're kind of like, you know. So I think out of all of those artists that I kind of talked about, they're genuine, you know. and that's what I like about them. That's what I try to emulate. Just trying to just be myself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
I don't remember if like something similar got asked already, but like, how do you kind of like make your music like stand out, and like, how do you make yourself like more unique?
I really do think it's just you figuring out how you can express yourself genuinely, right? Because a lot of people feel like they have to like say something profound or like make a chord progression that's just like, this is gonna be crazy, or try to make a song like Cardi or like, like Olivia or like Billy, and those are all great people, but they're themselves, right? So it's like, I think it starts with how do you express that feeling for yourself? Because there's somebody out there that doesn't know how to express exactly what you're feeling at that moment, that you could do that for them, and that could help them either survive or live up that moment that they're in, or whatever the case may be. But I would say it's how to be genuine and how to be authentic and how to stand out starts with how honest and true and pure you are to like yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's kind of similar, but like, what inspires your music? Like, what do you write about? What inspires like how you come up with your songs?
I would say life, like my actual experiences, the people around me, like the way the way that somebody's driving, the way that somebody told me about like their day, the way that I tell somebody about my day, um, the tone of their voice, like the colors they decided to wear that day, like I see music in colors. So when I experience that, it's like, boom, oh, that's like a red moment, that's like a yellow moment. And that sounds crazy, but like it helps. It helps me know like what I'm gonna talk about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's what that's what it is. Yeah.
And you mentioned like some of your favorite singers. Do you think that like your favorite things kind of influence how you write your music and like what you do with it?
For sure. For sure. I mean, like your inspirations are the thing that like kind of showed you how to make that sonic art piece, right? So whether it be like the patterns and like the writing style of Babyface, or like the melodic patterns of Daniel or Frank or Justin or Michael, or how he delivers those lines, how they say those things in those songs, like, yeah, they're everywhere. They're like sprinkled throughout my entire thing, but I also try to like just do it with me too. Like I try to just do it my way. So that way it's not like, oh, that's that person. It's like, oh, that's Leroy. That kind of sounds like that, but that's Leroy.
And I seen that like, cause you performed for American Idol, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
crazy.
How was that? Yeah.
That was a really shocking experience. That was another thing that was like, I okay. Like, I called into work and said I was sick. So 100% that was on me. But sorry about that. But I auditioned in the bathroom, and I didn't think I was gonna like make it through. Like it was like an online audition at first, and then I got there and I didn't think I was gonna make it through. So, I'm just kind of chilling, like in houseware, and then they're like, yeah, we need you to like be fully like ready to go and like show me like who you are. And I was like, oh crap, you know what I mean? So I'm in the bathroom, like playing a guitar, singing, end up getting flown out to Austin. Um, and it was a crazy experience because I'd never had gotten to be in the same place as like people that I admired in a way, like a Lionel, like a Katie, you know what I mean? Like a Luke. To be a part of something like that kind of changed your perspective. And it showed you that it showed me that it was possible to like achieve my dreams, man. So it made me go harder, even though I didn't get the result that I wanted right then. I ended up connecting with those people later on, and I'm ending up working with some of those people, So it's like, it's a full circle moment, but you have to stick with it. You know what I mean? But that's what it taught me. That's what that experience kind of gave me.
Now, I don't make music, but I work with a lot of artists,
Okay,
kind of like yourself.
What do you do, man?
I'm a photographer,
You're a photographer?
and I love asking people this question where it's like, do you find happiness in success or where the music brings you and doing things like American Idol and performing live for people and having all this money come in? Or do you find happiness in the passion of making the art and the art itself? Because it's fair to like both.
Yeah.
Like they're both bring you pleasure and happiness, and like being successful and having everyone know who you are is like really cool. And that's a whole different happiness that can bring you.
Yeah.
But the joy you can get from just creating music itself is like the life for some people. Like there's people who will die, you'll never hear their music, but they just do it because they love it.
Yeah.
You know, which one would you say? Where do you find more happiness in?
I think I find happiness in, like, I find the happiness in discovering and finding those songs. Like, the exploration of, like, knowing that you have a melody or that you have a beat, and then you're like, oh no, it's connecting. And then you're like, oh, that's hard. Like, that's going.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's the same thing though with when it comes to like the show and performance, right? For me, it's never about like what it's giving me. It's like I'm giving them as much as I possibly can, you know, and making that hour and a half, that 2 hours worth it, you know, and how do you make that valuable each and every time, you
Mhm.
know? That connection is different, man. Like that connection defeats everything, all the struggles, all
Yeah.
the financial issues, all the financial gains, whatever the case, like that goes out the window. The moment that you like lock somebody like eye to eye with somebody and like you're singing your song and for the first time you start seeing people like mouth your songs that you thought that were just gonna sit on a hard drive somewhere. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like that's different too. But it's a passion. It's a connection for real for me. Like I was awkward as a kid, bro, to be honest with you. So like getting older and doing this music things and meeting people around the nation, hopefully around the world, you know, it's like that connection that you get is unbeatable. It's a relationship. It's a friendship. It's something that lasts forever. It lasts beyond the money, beyond the sounds, beyond the fame, beyond whatever.
And music brought you out of that.
Yeah, music brought me into that like actual connected place. You know what I mean? Like music brought me out of that awkwardness stage of like sitting by myself in the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like it brought me into who I am and like how to like express myself and how to
Right.
connect with people.
With the bandanas, the rings.
With the,
yeah.
man, like with who you are, you
Yeah.
know, and you know that's different for everybody. But it helped me find myself, and those people helped me find myself, and the people that are coming in now consistently are helping me find myself, and like not making me question, am I enough? Am I worth it? You know, and that's really cool. Like that's a blessing in disguise in a way.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah, that's my only question.
that's
That was it.
thank you. That was a dope
Yeah.
question, man.
Where can we go and find and listen to your music? And is there any organizations or anything that you want to shout out that is also like of importance to you, or anything you got going on that you want to shout out or something like that?
Absolutely. You can obviously is such a crazy word, but you can find my music almost everywhere on every streaming platform. Got a new EP out, Sapphire.
We heard it.
Yeah.
We heard it. It was tough.
Yeah,
It was
thank you,
tough.
bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we heard
That
it.
means a lot. Hey, bro, thank you. Organizations that I really would like to support. There's an organization called Walking in My Shoes that I help support prior, and they help homeless people. They help a lot of veterans. They help a lot of kids like get funding and housing and stuff like that. And I think people funding and like supporting like school programs when it comes to like art is super important. Like I don't know if there's a lot of programs yet. I know there's some, but I would say those like local programs in your community that help build, you know, further music programs and
Mm-hmm.
art programs and things like that is something that I would highly encourage people to like discover for themselves and find out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's what we got these on, man.
Yeah, man, get over it. I love that. Support you, support them, support everything. I think like that's the whole point, right? Like I could go and do this, but if there's no way to get back to it,
Yeah.
it has to continue. So I would say that whatever makes it help,
Right.
whatever makes it
Yeah,
continue
yeah.
to go down that line, for sure.
That was dope meeting you, bro. For sure.